4 Fishley Gamble, Graham McCourt. 5 Kill Owen, Frank Berry. 6 Little Bay, Blinkered, ridden by John Joe O'Neill. 7 Punentes, Blinkered, Neil Doughty. 8 Rathgorman, Graham Bradley. And 9 Royal Radar, Chris Grant. And 10 the Brockshire, a change of jockeys here, ridden by Mr. Ted Walsh.
Chestnut, of course, was so impressive when winning a year ago. There was really no second in the race then, was there? Robert Earnshaw in the saddle. And Robert, who has been trying very hard to polish up his finish. He's an extremely good man over an obstacle, and he's so intent on increasing his finishing power that he's had lessons from, in fact, one of the Jockey Club officials, Major Peter Steveni. That was in the summer, and he intends to go there again, and trying to learn from the art of classical riding, which has come down over the years. So Badsworth boy, well, 3 wins from 4 runs. He did fall first time out. He used to be rather a flat sort of a jumper, didn't really put a lot of height to his jumping. You can see he's quite straight-backed, and he was a little bit clumsy. There's Michael Dickinson on this side of the horse, wandering around. Last few words he's saying. He likes to be a bit of a loner, Michael, and you won't often see him mixing it with people. He's walked the course today twice, and certainly likes to keep out of the way. But Badsworth boy, I can't see anything to lower his colours. It's like James Daly on the left, who is a steward here. I can't think that it would be, but I didn't check. It's a different hunt each day. In fact, lead the runners out here. There in the disc, that is Drumgora, a horse that you'll have seen running here at Cheltenham no end of times. Then the white colours of Fishley Gamble. Then Little Bay and Little John Joe. He celebrated his champion hurdle win with a beef stew and dumplings dinner last night and a bottle of orange squash. Then Kill Owen and those very big blinkers, red ones of Punentes. Rathgorman, a previous winner of this 2-mile champion chase. Sooty White, his regular pilot, not here. He's crushed vertebrae. Then we have Royal Radar, and the pink colours behind him, the Brockshire, who fell here yesterday. Royal Radar trained in foreground there, trained by David Moorhead, a former jockey. Didn't hit the heights of the jockey, but this horse will certainly do him no harm at all. Good winner. Known in his stable, Raffles, ridden by Graham Bradley. 35 winners Graham had so far this season. Michael Dickinson, 67. And Rathgorman's owner over from Ireland, Northern Ireland, Jim Lilly. He's a 10-to-1 shot, and he just hopes that he's back to his best, although he's not entirely convinced that perhaps the age of 12 that he is. But whatever he does today, he's done an awful lot of good in the past. Produced, like Gay Spartan, by Jeremy Maxwell in Northern Ireland originally, and he's still finding a lot of good horses for a lot of good trainers. So, Royal Radar, David Moorhead, Chris Grant, the leg up here, and you can see Royal Radar pulling Chris's arms out. In fact, he's going to try and bury him in behind Punentes, but he's not going to do it. It looks as if he's away. Badsworth boy 7-4 on, Kill Owen 9-2, Rathgorman's 10s and 12-1 bar the 3. Royal Radar really tanking on there, isn't he? I do hope he can pull him up. He's going to, well, he may jump that hurdle if he's not careful. In fact, he's going to come inside it, luckily. But this horse is actually in charge, isn't he? Now let's see where he goes. He is really pulling. And once they get a run on down the hill here at Cheltenham, it's very, very hard to anchor them. In fact, he won't be anchored by the time he gets to the start, and he'll be doing a circuit the wrong way, I would think, unless... Oh, you can see he's dropping his head now with the other runners pulling up. Royal Radar just enjoying himself and saying, well, Chris Grant gets 40 quid for riding me, I'll make him earn it. You might think 40 quid's a fair wage for 3 minutes, 4 minutes work, but there's an awful lot of schooling, and if you get kicked along the ground, 40 quid seems very expensive. But he's still going on, but he's got him. He's got him. So we'll see him when and if he comes back. Number 5 there, Kill Owen. What a marvellous horse this is. Great, big, scopy animal. And look at the way he trots. You'd think he'd even do a dressage test, wouldn't you? Little bit of grey in his tail, very unusual. He was winning this, and Michael Dickinson trying to win it for the 3rd year running. Goggles are down, flags up. Over to you, Peter.
Yes, and they're running the first of the 12 fences. Kill Owen in the lead. for Ireland at the moment. From the Brockshee, Fishley Gamble, Royal Radar, Artifice over on the far side. Kilkillowen from Royal Radar and Artifice. Slight mistake there by Drumgora. And Royal Radar coming to take it up off Kilkillowen. Artifice and Fishley Gamble, then the Brockshee and Little Bay. And Drumgora. Badsworth Boy over on the far side. Royal Radar. Hands in the lead here, and they're going a real good clip. And racing uphill towards the next. And Royal Radar in the lead from Kilkillowen, Artifice on the inside of Rathgorman, then Fishley Gamble and Little Bay as they come to the fourth. Royal Radar, Kilkillowen. Royal Radar really dives for that, but gets away with it. Royal Radar, Kilkillowen on the inside, Artifice, then Rathgorman close, then Little Bay. Behind Little Bay is Fishley Gamble, then Badsworth Boy. And then Drumgora, the Brockshee, and finally Punentis as they run down to the next. Kilkillowen jumped out in the lead from Artifice on the inside. Royal Radar on the outside, Little Bay on the inner, between horses Fishley Gamble and Rathgorman, and then Badsworth Boy getting a little bit closer with Drumgora also. That was the water. And now coming to the first of the ditches, and still motoring at a real good clip, Kilkillowen in the lead. Fishley Gamble, the grey behind him. On the near side, Artifice. Drumgora and Little Bay well up there. Badsworth Boy going well in behind the leaders. Coming to the eighth now, Kilkillowen in the lead from Artifice. Rathgorman, Little Bay on the inside. Fishley Gamble well up there, then Badsworth Boy and Drumgora, Punentis, then the Brockshee, and finally Royal Radar as they come to the final ditch now. 4 out, and Little Bay has just struck the front. Little Bay landed marginally in the lead there from Artifice and Kilkillowen. And racing now down towards the third last, it's Little Bay in the lead from Kilkillowen. Then comes Artifice, then Rathgorman, Fishley Gamble, Badsworth Boy. Behind Badsworth Boy is Drumgora. And then comes Punentis. Royal Radar was a faller at the previous fence, and Little Bay is in the lead with 3 left to jump. It's Little Bay on the near side, Kilkillowen, and then Badsworth Boy, who moves into third on the inside, Fishley Gamble on the outer. Rathgorman is losing ground, and Little Bay is in the lead now from Kilkillowen, Fishley Gamble and Badsworth Boy. Little Bay landed in the lead there from Badsworth Boy. Fishley Gamble, a faller there, has interfered with Drumgora. They're racing into the home turn now, and Badsworth Boy scoots through on the inside now to take it up from Little Bay as they race towards the last. It's Badsworth Boy clear of Little Bay, Artifice, Drumgora. Behind Drumgora is Kilkillowen, and then Rathgorman as they come to the final fence now. Badsworth Boy trying to win it for the second year in succession, jumps it well. Little Bay jumps it second, Artifice jumps it third, and 4 Drumgora and 5 Rathgorman, and racing into the closing stages. And Badsworth Boy makes it a 3-timer in the Queen Mother Champion Chase for Michael Dickinson as he wins it very easily. Badsworth Boy is the winner, second is Little Bay, third is Artifice, 4 is Drumgora, 5 is Punentis, 6 and 7 Kilkillowen and Rathgorman. Those are the only finishes, and so the result of the 1984 Queen Mother Champion Chase. First, number 2, Badsworth Boy, owned by Mr. D.H. Armitage, trained by Michael Dickinson and ridden by Robert Earnshaw. Second was number 6, Little Bay, owned by Mrs. Stuart Catherwood, trained by Gordon Richards and ridden by John Joe Neal. And third was number 1, Artifice, owned by Mr. Paul K. Barber, trained by John Thorne, ridden by Peter Scudamore. Fourth was number 3, Drumgora. Here's how Badsworth Boy won it in successive years, reviewed by Richard.
It had been a good gallop from the start, and as they raced down this to this downhill fence, which is a horrible fence to face, you can see Little Bay in front, but he runs across, left-handed across the fence, and I don't know if he unsights the grey, but the grey falls here. Kilkillowen nearly falls, and unfortunately the grey gets up and then stumbles across out of the picture. Badsworth Boy, meanwhile, on the inside, goes for home. Robert Earnshaw never in danger. But at this stage, Little Bay, the only one here, you never quite know what he's going to do, but it was very doubtful if he'd find enough foot to take Badsworth Boy. But very pleasing to see back in third there in the light colours, Artifice, running a tremendous race, and Drumgora, the 81 winner. But Badsworth Boy picks up at the last, a neat jump, and that clinches it. There's no way that Little Bay is going to find enough speed, even if he has got it tucked up his sleeves, to come and do Badsworth Boy here. But another 21,000 there to Badsworth Boy. What a nice winning total he's had. Chasers don't make a lot of money, but good chasers certainly pay their way and buy enough champagne. In second place, the Little Bay horse who we've seen run so often, he collects nearly 8,000 for Stuart Catherwood. He doesn't need it, but I'm sure he'll welcome it. And third, Artifice, a game run from him.
What a remarkable horse this. 10 lengths and the same, the verdict. The old veteran in the foreground, Artifice. How he enjoyed himself too. 13 years old, but Badsworth Boy, a mere 9-year-old, now winner of 15 of his 19 chases. Really notable performance. The 13-to-8 on favourite, and third in a row for Michael Dickinson, who won it with this horse last year and with Rathgorman in 1982. It's the 26th running of this 2-mile champion chase, which was established in 1959 when it was won by Quita Quay, trained by Arthur Moore's father, his famous father, Dan Moore. And it's been run under its present title only 5 times now to celebrate jump racing's best loved patron, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. And the score now, England 3 and Ireland 2 since that change of title. Whereas in the old days, the Raiders had a virtual monopoly. Suntanned Michael there. We're hoping to be walking in with Robert tomorrow to the same area after the Cheltenham Gold Cup, when Robert is reunited with Wayward Lad. And the stable is also, of course, represented by last year's winner, Brigorn. Badsworth Boy by Will Hayes out of Falcade, who was by a sprinter, Falcon, who's been associated with quite a few celebrated names in the jumping firmament, notably Night Nurse. This is 4 in a row this season for Badsworth. But he's no stranger to sequences. Completed a 5-timer last season in only 6 runs. And what a fantastic performer he's been for his partnership owners. Robert, who gave him a lovely cool ride, never got worried for a moment, although he was a little way out the back, running down towards the third last. It's his 27th winner of the season, number 68 for his governor. Second Dickinson winner, Brown's Gazette, having started the ball rolling yesterday. Ridden by Dermot Brown. I first remember coming here in '78 when his father won one of the big novices here with Mr. Kildare, and Dermot's job was to lead up the pony who was the inseparable companion of Mr. Kildare. And now, with a reminder, incidentally, that Contesta,
13-to-8 on favourite. Second number 6, Little Bay, 12-to-1, and third number 1, Artifice, 10-1.
While up front, John Joes in front of Little Bay. Kilcularian's rider already moving his arms. Rath Gorman there. Artifice on the rails and the Grey Fishley Gamble moving up on the outside. But there was only one winner from here, wasn't there?
Yes, from the top of the hill, the horse is literally running away, but he kept the horse well covered up. And going to the third last, he was looking for room, really, so he wouldn't jump on top of something or other. But he had plenty, and he jumped it really well. John Joe is still in front, but probably under a bit of sufferance, really, and Robert had everything in his favour.
The grey horse Fishley Gamble was moving almost into second place at this obstacle, but here you see Little Bay jumps right across to the right, possibly caught his eye, makes a terrible mistake, and I'm afraid, tragically, it may be a fatal mistake for him. But Robert, meanwhile, has jumped through on the inside on Badsworth Boy, taken the lead very quickly after the second last, and really it's over now, isn't it?
Yes, when you see a jockey taking off his goggles with a fence to jump, it's a sign of confidence. I saw Tommy Carmody doing it on the horse that punches down this fair for the Daily Express tomorrow. So here he is going to the last. He's a little wrong going to it. You can see him shortening him up a little bit going to it, and then he sets him alight at it and jumps it really well. Brilliant performance. John Joe's horse really has run well. For this horse, he can run two ways, but a great run by Artifice, a great 13-year-old horse to finish third.
Characteristic touch of Queen Elizabeth, getting Michael Dickinson into the picture.
You can't have ridden an easier winner.
No, he's very easy. Probably as easy as last year. You know, they went a good gallop, so I could sit a little bit longer, just hunt down the hill, and take it up when I wanted.
Were you ever worried at any stage?
No, it was always going very well. And when John Joe made a mistake at the second last, I thought, well, I couldn't be beaten then, you know.
He wasn't always such a good jumper. There was a time when you weren't too sure about him getting round here in the past.
No, that's right. He tends to hurdle his fences a little bit, and it's fallen 3 times. But I think he's learning to respect his fences a little bit more now.
Have you ridden a better jumper on this sort of ground?
1 or 2 hours ago, now.
That might bring us on to Wayward Lad tomorrow. How do you feel about him?
He's very well, and he's hope for a bit of luck.
Would the ground suit you in the Gold Cup?
Yes, the ground will suit me now. A little bit smashing.
Does it worry you that he hasn't won here in 5 appearances?
No, not at all. Because he ran in a couple of handicaps 2 years ago, and he ran some very good races, and the course doesn't worry me at all.
And of course, he won the Gold Cup on Silverback, and you look after him at home. What news of him?
He sent me a telegram this morning. Silverback Mrs. Feather, very kind, sent me a telegram wishing me the best of luck for the festival.
Is he going to go on racing, do you think? Have any decision been made?
There's no decision being made at the moment, so I hope he is.
Robert, this horse, Badsworth Boy, coming back to him, he was a 2-year-old on the flat. He's raced pretty consistently ever since. Does it surprise you that he's been able to keep going so long?
No, not really. If he won his races on the flat as easily as he wins his chases, he probably didn't get to the bottom of it.
Have you seen a 2-miler here in Ireland who would worry him in the next year or two?
Not yet. Not yet.
Is there any problem then in riding him? Is it just a question of settling him?
No, it doesn't really matter, because last year I took it up at the top of the hill. They didn't go as fast. They went a good gallop this year, so I could wait a bit longer, and it doesn't really matter how you ride him. You can do anything, really.
Robert, many